bass for months out here. Ain't got one to hit it. No limits in this castle at all. Just goes to show. Sometimes they want what they want. And the sun's coming up too, though. That's another thing. The sun coming up, they'll make a bite really better. This is a reaction bait. Even if they're not hungry, they'll eat this. Stop this spinner bait. I ain't seen no grass in there. I had to hit because I was moving it. And it goes like something was swatting it. Probably try to hit it on the way. Damn, he was on there. See that? I went to move it and it just pulled back. I was like, I can't slow down though because this is nice right here, but when it gets real shallow, it hits that grass a little too hard. I need to be over there so I can. You missed it. I had a different angle. I had a bad angle over there. Fish seem to be facing more towards the incline than they are the little decline. They're not facing that way. They're facing more towards here. I know now I'm in the right spot. We gotta get them to commit. All right, I'm gonna start casting right back towards this little drop over here. I'm gonna go ahead and work this lipless. Of course, the red crawl, guys, is December. Try to get that angle, that perfect angle, because with these fish facing where that wind's going, the wind's blowing the bait right into them. They're facing out this way. So we should have a better shot at getting bit now than we did when we were fishing over here on the golf course, the actual golf course. Like they're all in one spot. All my bites are coming right off this little, right in that little U right there, that little bend. Back over here. Come on, fish, I see you. Alright, the wind's calming down. Got something. Alright guys, it's clear water. Tons up. We got a little bit of chop on there. We're gonna throw some reaction baits. Got a jerk bait we're gonna throw out there. Definitely throwing this jerk bait today. You see teeth marks on there. We be getting bit this morning. This one right here, if I'm not mistaken, is the Livingston. It's a Livingston 110, but it's actually a pretty good jerk bait. You see the bill on it. It's not really that deep. It's about 4 or 5 foot out here. So this thing will probably, with this 12-pound test sunline I got on there, I can get this thing probably 6 foot. But with this wind going, I'm gonna try to work this a little faster and more erratic to see if I can get a reaction strike. Because I don't really want them to see this bait. This is clear water. I really don't want them to just get a good look at this. I want them to just strike at it and try to knock the fire out of this thing and put some hooks in them and bring them to the bank, guys. This ain't about the feeding frenzy. This is about getting them to react when you need them to bite. There we go. And what I'm gonna do is on my reaction, a lot of people keep it on a slack line, but a lot of people like to get that good pause in there. But on reaction, if I just want him to bite, I'm just gonna snap it every 2 seconds, like that. Snap, there he is, just like that. Just like that. I don't really want him to get a good look at that. As you guys can see, I was throwing another bait over here in that same direction. It was barely getting nipped. You see what happened? This was in his mouth. It's all in him. He just struck that bait because it annoyed him. He might have not been hungry because you see it's not really deep in his mouth. It's right on the lip. He was annoyed by this bait. Now, I threw that red lipless over here numerous times and he didn't strike it once, but this erratic action of these jerk baits and some of this clear choppy water can get you big, guys. Oh, that's a better one, I think. Look at that. That's a bigger fish though. That's what that reaction bite looks like. That's that reaction bite. Definitely need a shorter rod for these jerk baits though. God, I missed it. God, he smacked the mess out of it. Man. Try again. Gotta have a shorter rod. This ain't as short as you can get it. This is a 7-foot rod. It's a little longer than you want. That's about as long as you want to go. But you want anywhere from a 6'6" to a 6'10". Whoa. That fish ate my line. You see that? I was popping that jerk bait. There he is. He came and got the bait too. Oh, he got loose. That was an aggressive fish. I was moving that jerk bait along. He struck my line, followed it down, and hit that jerk bait. These windy conditions can definitely get you some fish off a jerk bait. You got clear water conditions, little grass or a little rock down there, you can still throw these jerk baits. There's a fish. As you can see, guys, you get bit back to back. You just want them to react to this thing, man. This is for you tournament guys. You weekend guys can have fun with this too, though. All right, guys. Like I said, you got these windy conditions like this. Most people will go ahead and they'll wait till the wind die down, or they'll try to go the next day. You don't have to do that. Get your reaction bait, especially if you're in these clear water conditions. The jerk bait is really a clean water bait. I mean, you can use it in semi-stained water, but you really don't want to go too dark on it. There he is, right at the bank. There he is. Yeah, oh, he got loose. He got me hung up. That is crazy. That's the first. That was like a 4-pounder, man. I mean, that hit was heavy. I know they all fight strong out here, but that one was, man. And once again, right in that little bend, missed that one. That is the thing. Okay, we found what we want. Like I said, guys, I work my jerk baits a little different. It just depends on the conditions. I don't do slow pauses a lot, even when it gets real cold. I don't do like a 5 to 10 second pauses like a lot of people do. And I still catch just as many fish. But the thing is, it's just getting them to eat it. If it looks appealing, he'll try to attack it. My thing is, I want to make that bait look as wounded as I can. Even when the colder it gets, I want it to look like it's dying. But you don't have to slow pause it to do that. You can keep having motion where it turns and that bait starts to float up real slow. And you're still doing like this. See, without the pauses. See, I'm getting hit on the jerks, the actual jerks, the reactive. But when that water gets to like 41, 42 degrees, or or even below, I'll start doing these right here. I'll do a pause, one hit, pause, but not a long pause. One hit, pause, one hit, pause. I'm just twitching it and letting it die, twitching and letting it die. They're just sitting there, guys. They're sitting there. This bait is getting blown across this little lake right here, and they're just facing towards it. So I'm bringing this jerk bait through. They're taking them opportunities they can to ambush that jerk bait. And as you can see, it's catching them in the fins and everything else, just smacking at it like they would a top water under there. See, if I was to pause it like right now and let it sit right here, like most people hit it, pause, let it come back up. You see the difference? Like, they were hitting this thing close. Now they're not really reacting to it because they can see it. Oh, there he is. As soon as I moved it, he hit it. As soon as I moved it. Better fish too. That's how you do it. As soon as I moved it, guys, he hit that thing. I'm watching my line, and my line never moved, but as soon as I went to move him, he banged on it. That's a 2.5 pounder right there, guys. All right, guys, we just caught a biggin, good sized fish. Like I was trying to demonstrate, guys, that letting it die thing, it's all on the season, and it's all on how cold that water temp is or how active the fish are. Because here's the crazy part: no fishing day is going to be alike. You're not going to go out like that right there. See how that fish hit in the middle of me moving it. But the other fish hit as soon as I let it die and started bringing it up. But see, the bigger quality, better quality fish are coming off that as soon as I move it. See, we got another one, maybe, she's a little skinny, but she might be 2.5, 3 pounds. She's skinny. Let me show you guys something though. Right here, look, let me get this out of her face real quick, guys. She's probably bothered by that. Look at her lips. That water temp is cooling off. A lot of you guys got this misconception of that's from them eating crawfish. I've heard that, but that's not it, guys. A lot of reasons why their mouths are red. It's just like a lot of reasons why your hands or your face get red when it's cold outside, guys. That's how I can tell a lot of times when the temperature changes, because my hands, just like many other people, start to get red when you get cold, right? Same thing with the bass lips. Bass lips, you'll notice their lips will start getting red, and most people think, well, let me throw a red rattle trap. Throw your red jerkbait. Throw you something that they can get a hold of, depending on how cold it is. Throw them something that they can get a hold of that they'll react to it. Red is just an aggressive color, and that's the reason why it works so well in December and so forth. In the winter, during the winter time, and the spring, guys, early spring. But you definitely want to figure out what they're doing down there. Our lips being cold like that, it shocked me that fish moved that aggressively while I was popping the bait. But it's just like I said, it's that reaction. She may not have wanted to move like that, but with that bait right in front of her face and it rip like that, she's gonna bang on it every time. It's just like if somebody was to take a cheeseburger and walk right past you real slow and put it right in your face. You may not want it. You might be full from whatever you ate that day, but you still think about that cheeseburger. But we're not animals, so we don't react like that. We don't have to hunt for our food. But that's why I'm saying, like, it's just the point I'm making, that if it's something enticing, something like this, enticing, and this right here, guys, get y'all a good look at it, they're gonna go for it. They're gonna go for it, guys. It's just like if you ate dinner and you've seen dessert come through, you're gonna want a piece of cake, pie, whatever it be. They're gonna go for it. So just remember, keep in mind, guys, and you're having days like this where it's windy, it's really ugly. I mean, it's beautiful outside, but it's really ugly. Bluebird skies almost. Get your reaction bait. It'll help you. All right, let's get back to it. Another jerkbait cleaning up. Oh, get out of the weeds. You ain't gonna get me like that again. I wonder if this is the same fish that got me last time, guys. He ran straight from the reeds. Okay, now let me show y'all something. I got that fish a little shallower water. You can see how his lips are starting to turn red as well. Well, I'll tell you the thing about that. The shallower water heats up faster, cools down and heats up faster, all right? So yesterday we had 70 degrees or close to 70 degrees out here. You can see this fish is not the same color as that other bass that we just caught. That was in a little deeper water. See what I'm saying? So guys, you have to understand, when you're going on that lake or you're in that boat and you're cruising around, you're seeing the different water temps, which I know you guys probably have experience with that, seeing different water temps. You'll notice that the aggression and the colors sometimes of the fish are a little different. So those little subtle things like that should let you know what you should be throwing or how fast you should or slow you should be moving. So just pay attention, guys, to the subtle things right there, and it should help you out on that. All right, guys, we're gonna go on another reason why I don't do a lot of pausing, and especially in shallower water. As you can see, guys, we got a little hydrilla, what do you want to call it? Pretty sure this is duckweed right here. But another reason why I don't pause a lot with my jerkbaits in shallower water, like 3 to 5 foot range, a lot of times that you got to remember that thing's diving when it's jerking. So when it's diving and you got light lines like 12 and below, it'll get deeper. All right, it allows, especially that fluoro, it'll allow it to get deeper. So while it's diving down there and you're doing what I'm doing, trying to get reaction bite, steady pulling on that, you're gonna dig into a lot of grass. So a lot of times you'll see me twitch, and then I'll reel up that slack, but I'll leave just enough to get a little turn out of it. You don't want a lot of movement. You don't want so erratic when it gets real cold. You don't want it so erratic. You want it to kind of just jump. It just changes direction. That's all you want, a simple change of direction, because a lot of people, you overcomplicate a jerkbait because you're like, man, I need the weaker rod or like a moderate tip. I need all this. Those things are all fine and dandy. They all have their place in it. But the main thing is just get this thing to change directions in a clean direction. Just a clean cut. That's it. Anything to just trigger it. It's kind of like if you take a ball of yarn and roll it across the yard in front of a cat. Just something to trigger that cat to move. The same way you throw this jerkbait to trigger a bass to eat it. But we really don't want to give it too much time to get down there and dig, because it takes the effectiveness off that bait. Now, if you're down there at 11, 12 foot and you want to throw a +1 or a +2 and you want to get down there, that's cool. The pauses are great. The pauses are great. A lot of times, I just keep it moving. I want that sucker, I don't want it to go max depth in shallow water. But if it's deep, yeah, I'm going to try to get as much as I can out of it. Really brutal right now. But we're going to keep firing. our favor right now. Positioning is everything, guys. If you guys are fishing out there and you're wondering why you're throwing the best baits, you got the best rod reel, and you know what you're doing, a lot of times in summer weather like this, it's all the angles. Learn your angles. And if you caught a fish over here and it took you another hour and a half, 2 hours, move your positioning and fire back over there, especially in the wintertime, because they group up, guys. They school up and feed and start trying to get ready to dive down deep when it gets colder. So change your angle. We were over there. We caught 3 fish. That was it. 3 fish. Didn't have a bite for like an hour and a half. I switched over here and bang, back to back. Yeah, that's what we catch fish. Look at them red lips. That's what I'm talking about. Them red lips. All right, that's a good fish. There we go. Big fish. Oh my gosh, look at the fat on this thing. Works. Either or. Not bad. Not bad. Fighter too. Same pattern, different color. You like that bluegill pattern or that yellow perch. Decent fish. Another jerkbait either. Not bad. Y'all. Look at that. They're swiping at it. That's sure enough. Good guy. Same exact spot I caught the other ones in. Oh, that's the one I could have missed. Look at that hook mark. Could have missed him earlier. Back. Look at her belly though. She's been feeding up. Yes, she has. Look at that.